A very good afternoon. Today we are discussing exercise 2, that is siphon well drop. So, what is siphon well drop? What is siphonic action? You might have studied. So, siphonic action is the pull on the surface of liquid from higher to lower altitude or lower side is known as siphoning or siphonic action. That will take place, right? So siphon can be described as siphon is a simply it is a tube or a pipe that allows liquid to flow from higher to lower. Okay, just remember this term. Okay, from higher to lower is simply this is a siphon. Okay, it allows liquid to flow uphill. Okay, so from higher elevation to lower elevation, and again it water can be flow uphill. Okay, without gravity effect. Okay, the above surface of the tank reservoir without pumps in the sense without external force, right? So liquids flow down the tube under the pull of gravity. So we know that always water can flow through either gravity or external force, that is pump, right? Next, so these are the some examples. Okay, this is field example how it happens. So now here you can observe that. So water will flow from here to here due to gravity effect, and that effect will be continued through up to this level, right? So without, is there any external force? No. So without external force, we can water can flow from higher to lower, and again here, see this point is lower now, and lower to again higher. So water will flow through, I mean, through by gravity up to certain length due to gravity effect, and thereby it will continue, okay, without gravity. Yeah, this is siphonic action, it happens. The same thing, this is a chamber, inlet chamber where water can be collected, and this is outlet chamber, right? So this level is somewhat, let it be some road. Okay, so beneath the road what we have done, we have constructed siphonic action, inverted siphon what we call. Okay, so water in water tank, water can be collected, and it can throw, I mean flow through pipe up to this length due to gravity effect, and that gravity effect will continue up to this level, see, without external force. Okay, it is siphon action. How to design this portion, and how to design this siphon, that is a pipe or tube. Okay, and how to design outlet chamber. The chamber in the sense well, inlet well and outlet well. Okay, these are the wells. At what level we have to construct. Okay, what are the levels of this road. Okay, where the upstream side, downstream side, where is the footing level, everything we have to know, right? So by this example we'll construct. Okay, design a siphon well drop crossing a car track. So car tracks in the sense, this is the road. So road is there, beneath the road what we have to do, without disturbing road we have to convert that water, I mean water can be flow beneath the road without disturbing the road. Okay, we are not disturbing anything, right? So details of the channel upstream side of the drop. So whatever the upstream side we have shown this portion. So this is upstream side and this is downstream side, right? So upstream side parameters are given, downstream side parameters are given. Just remember that. So discharge is given 5 cumex. Okay, bed width is given. Okay, bed width here, width of the bed, height of the bed, everything we have to know. Bed level is given, at what level it is 18 meter. Full supply depth, everything we'll discuss while designing, no problem. Just remember these terms. Full supply depth and full supply level. Supply depth is in the sense depth of the water. Okay, level in the sense at what level from MCL. Okay, from mean sea level at what level it is. So see, this bed level is 18 meter, and obviously full supply is 0.75. Then there will be supply, full supply level will be these two plus, right? 18 plus 0.75, that's 18.75. Simple. Okay. Top of the bank 1 meter wide at level. So top of the bank at TBL level there is a 1 meter level, some wide is there, that is berm is provided, that is just masonry, that's a stone, sorry. Okay, it is a stone or a rough stone, right? So that level is 20 meter, right? So downstream side it is given, obviously downstream side is lesser than higher side, I mean upstream side, right? So discharge is constant here, 0.5 and 0.5. Bed width is 1.75. So same bed width. Bed level is different. See, bed level here is 18 and here is 17. So minus 1, right? So full supply depth is 0.5 and here is 0.75. So upstream is somewhat higher and downstream is somewhat lower, right? 0.25 is lesser than that. So now it is, sorry, it is not 0.75. Both sides are same. So 0.75, 0.75. Okay. So 17 meter and 7.75 meter is 17.75 meter. Good. Next, top of the bank is now here. This is 20 meter and here it is 18.5 meter. Okay. So question is continuous now. Both upstream side and downstream side, there are 1 meter wide berms are provided at ground level. So berm is nothing but simply masonry. There's a rough stone, right? Inside canal section, the canal section cutting an embankment. So this vertical to horizontal, some slope is given. This is 1:1 in cutting, and embankment is 1.5:1 respectively, right? The car track is road width is wide is 5 meter at level. Road wide is at level of 18.5 meter. This may be considered as ground level. This 18.5 meter is considered as ground level. Okay. So road level is considered as ground level simply. Provide 1 meter wide cast dents. So either side, I mean both side of the road, there is a cast dents are provided. Why cast dents? Simply the runoff water can be collected through cast dents only. Okay, on either side of the track, definitely. Okay, along the road, two sides there are cast dents, right? So good soil of foundation is available below the 18 meters. See, our ground level is 18.5 meter and good soil, that is good soil in the sense hard strata is available at 17 meter. Okay, let's design. Okay, components of to design. What are the components we need to design? Upstream side well and trapezoidal notch. So very trapezoidal notch fixed everything I'll discuss. So downstream well, upstream well, downstream cell well, then siphon barrel. That is siphon well drop, right? This is the description what he has given. Okay, no need to go through. Okay, so directly we'll jump. Now first and foremost thing we have to design barrel, that is pipe. Okay, what should be the pipe diameter? Okay, if you provide less smaller diameter, velocity will be high but discharge is low. Okay, if you provide a larger diameter, okay, discharge will be high but velocity less. It is inversely proportional. So whenever the siphonic action happens, when at the discharge, the velocity in the pipe should be less in between 1 to 3 1 to 1 or in between 1 and 3 meter per second, then only it can happen. Siphonic action can be happen. Okay, so now it's assuming, just we have to assume first diameter. Okay, area of the siphon is A is equal to pi d square by 4. You know that. Substitute diameter here, you will get area, right? Through area, discharge is known, right? V is equal to Q by A, you know this, right? So area is 0.21. So substitute here, you will get discharge and area is known, velocity is 2.26. What I told, if velocity in the barrel, if it is in between 1 and 3, then siphonic action will be happen, right? So now it is 2.26 meter per second. So definitely it is acceptable area. If greater than 3, then again you have to modify the diameter, again you resubstitute and get the value. Okay. Next, design the discharge through siphon. Okay. Now what you have to do, there is a unwind formula is there. So head loss in the pipe you have to calculate. Okay. So to calculate head required to drive the flow. Okay. Flow through a siphon is given by unwind's formula or unwind's equation. H equal to 1 plus F1 plus F2 L by R into V square by 2G. Okay. This term is constant. Okay. Almost constant. So V square by 2G, it depends on the V. So velocity is already known. V is equal to 2.26 and L is length of the barrel and R is hydraulic radius. Okay. Hydraulic mean radius, how to calculate, you might know. Okay. In fluid mechanics or hydraulic machinery, you might have studied this or open channel. Okay. F1, F2 are constant, right? Everything is given here. So L is the length of the barrel, it is unknown, right? So V is velocity. Velocity is known, right? So I will tell how to calculate L. Okay, hydraulic mean radius of the barrel is, okay, this term you might know, right? So area to wetted perimeter. Okay, so the what is area, what is perimeter? You barrel is circular, so substitute everything. Area is